Now, I have a thing that I really want to talk about here. So Survivor is good, you know, in 2v8. But that being said, there are some classes that I personally deem not really worth it, or just not as important compared to the other classes, right? Like, they're not as important. So here's one thing I'm going to say. I think Scout is probably the worst class in the 2v8 mode. So each class here actually plays a role, and I think Scout does play a role, but I think it's just the worst class. It restores pallet bonuses, so it restores the pallets, which is cool. I guess it's great. You know, it's not the best thing in the world, and I mean, pallets are useful. Of course, pallets are useful. So maybe you might need a Scout in your team, but I just think Scout might be the worst one, and I don't think you need that much Scouts on the team there. All right, like, honestly, I think maybe 2 Scouts would be just fine. But compared to the other classes, right, for an example, I think Medic is actually really important, and I think Guide is really important, and Escapist. That being said, the next runner up, though, so I think Scout is the worst one, and I think Guide is also coming in very close to last place as well. I think Guide it's fine. I think Guide is okay. It's just the fact is, though, is that generators are everywhere, so this perk right here is completely useless to me, because like there's generators everywhere, and especially if you're in comms with at least someone, you know, even like another individual or 2 people, they're gonna tell you where a generator is located at. So it's just like, no, it's not really that helpful. And yeah, putting a bomb and installing a trap in a generator is cool, but that's only if they're gonna hit the generator, and chances are they're not. They might, if they actually, you know, they might get annoyed and actually hit the generator, but chances are, in my experience though, they're actually just gonna be running after all the survivors, since like there's 4 of those bad boys everywhere. So it's like I don't know. I think Guide is probably the second worst class. Now, this was actually neck and neck, but I actually do think Medic class is actually the second one coming up. And I think Medic class isn't necessarily bad. I just think it's that it's not bad. It's actually really great. The amount of times that you're healing a survivor in this game is so crazy, and you need to heal these survivors. You need to heal them and actually get it over with. But that being said, the Legion, if the Legion was there around and actually damaging all the survivors, that is actually really bad, and it actually counters the Medic class. But that's only if you're running against a Legion, of course. If you're not running across a Legion, then the Medic class is absolutely really helpful and can actually help out the team. Escapist. The reason why Escapist is the best class is because, in my eyes, is that it has that ability button that actually gives you 50% haste. It can get out of you tight situations. I think the revealing of aura palettes is also really great. If you love looping, you know, it's good. I think the self-care thing, though, is actually not as great. I think it's okay. It's very mediocre. Maybe arguably not, maybe don't even really use it, to be honest with you. That being said, I think the Escapist is probably the best class, but obviously, all of these classes, I know I might get comments. They're going to say, dude, you know what? Every class right here actually plays well. Okay, they all synergize well. And you're right. They do. They honestly all do. They really do. All these classes are actually very well balanced. And to be honest with you, I think if we had, like, for an example, if we had no Scouts, hypothetically, even though I'm saying the Scout is the worst class, if we had no Scouts, then we wouldn't be able to repair pallets. If we had no Medic, which I actually did run across with, if we had no Medic, we have no healer, and it just takes so much time. If we have no generators thing, I mean, we had no generator there. I mean, I don't know. We could be fine. No, I mean, if we had no generator thing, though, we could actually might not be buying as much time as possible, because you're giving out information to survivors, and maybe you're not in comms. So that's why the Guide is actually good. All of them are really good, but I think Escapist is probably the best one.
Out it screams fight. Ties so sharp it cuts through the night.